Rube's Observations brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. We got to start with the defense because that was a pitiful, embarrassing, unacceptable performance by the defense. And I think the most concerning thing for me is that they've really kind of trended downward lately, and they've escaped. They've won some games, given up a ton of yards, a ton of points, a ton of big plays, but it really only masked what the real issue is with this team. They have trouble stopping good quarterbacks. And look, a lot of teams have trouble stopping Brock Purdy, but 6 straight touchdowns, that doesn't happen. And in fact, it hadn't happened for this team in 57 years. There was a game in 1966, Eagles-Cowboys at the Cotton Bowl. Cowboys won 56-7. That's the last time till today that a team scored a touchdown on 6 straight drives against the Eagles, just to put it into perspective. They didn't just miss tackles. There were some plays, a couple touchdowns, where guys were running untouched. That was really disturbing. They've gone from being the best run defense in the league to one of the worst over the last 3 games. They allowed 66 rushing yards a game through 9 games. And over the last 3, they've allowed almost 500. It's like almost 170 on the average. So Shaq Leonard could come in. Maybe he can help a little bit, but he just got benched and cut by the Colts. So certainly the secondary, the linebacker position, lack of pass rush is all very, very concerning at this point, especially going to Dallas. And that offense has been scoring 32 points a game. They're actually more potent on the season than the Niners. So if they can get it together and stop then, it'll be really encouraging, but I got to see it to believe it. The number 2 thing I want to talk about is why on earth was Jalen Hurts on the field down 23 points with 3.5 minutes left? And Nick's explanation was, we're trying to win the game. We're playing to the finish. And this is absurd. And Nick's a great coach, and he's a great guy, and he really knows what he's doing. He's really got, look, the guy never loses, rarely loses games. But you're putting your quarterback, who just went in for a concussion test, by the way, because he got hit so hard, you're putting him at so much risk with nothing to gain in that situation. Nick was asked after the game about it. He said, well, it's a 2-possession game. It was a 3-possession game. And I know you can get caught up in the moment, but 42-19, like, I don't care how bad you are at math, is not a 2-possession game. And Jalen was out there, not only out there, but just dropping back on every snap, putting himself at risk. No reason for it. Really unconscionable for Nick Sirianni to let that happen. Maybe Jalen was campaigning for it. You got to protect him from himself and keep him off the field. Get Mariota on the field there. We've seen Jalen get hurt late in the season, last year and the year before. You got to do everything in his power, Nick does, to make sure it doesn't happen again. So that was bad, and I think they dodged a bullet there, getting Jalen out of the game healthy. One other quick thing I want to mention, something positive. Braden Mann is like the best punter I've ever seen in my life, so we'll finish with that.